Hello, welcome to Hidden House. This is Sienna Magdalena, and Happy New Year, Merry holiday, whatever you celebrate. I hope you had a nice time with your friends and family. You know, I think this time of year brings up like good feelings of warmth and celebration, and can also bring up some really difficult feelings. So sending love to anyone who has experienced the latter, and we are through it now. And we're recalibrating and configuring to begin this new year. After a pretty turbulent 2022, I think collectively, I know a lot of great things happened in 2022. It was definitely like highs and lows. So it wasn't like all bad things, but it was a turbulent sort of roller coaster year of ups and downs and some conflict, just like on the global scale and probably within our lives, within ourselves and all of that. I know I have had that kind of year, a lot of like earthquake energy, things shifting beneath the surface and transformation. So big Scorpio energy this past year. I'm still feeling it. Obviously for, this is what is it? Gregorian calendar or whatever the Western calendar is. So that's the calendar we're talking about. The new year is in April, spring equinox for like spiritual, occult witch people. But that's another story, because regardless, there's still like new energy around like the new year, because everyone else believes that this is like the new year and it is like a restart on some level, right? So why not utilize that? And I think bringing, the pressure of like the new year and the changes we need to make, it can all be like a bit overwhelming, especially when you're navigating family things and like the Christmas and whatever. It's all like a bit much, right? And we put all this pressure on ourselves, and it's not bad because we do want to grow and change. But I think we're also told like, just, don't look back or never be in the past, and it's like at some point we need to reevaluate before we like go into this next chapter, like decide what we want to make changes about or whatever it is. Like for me, I have been in that past energy and it's hard. Like, I just made a little short post about like pushing forward, like, just like don't look like up or down, but that is a little bit different than like reflecting on the past. But, I think that's just me coming out of it and wanting to like move. But I have been in the past and I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I needed to be like, okay, that's good. Like, or else I'm just gonna like slink back in there. Because what happens when we're creating this new desire or goal or vision, whatever we want to accomplish in this upcoming year of like limitless potential in some ways, there's fear that comes up. And I didn't really necessarily realize how much fear and unsettling feelings can come up when you're actually breaking through boundaries and hitting milestones and like getting ready to climb the next mountain after you reach that peak of that one, and it's like, damn, like we think it's all just going to be celebration and this is amazing, but I'm experiencing, and I want to talk about it because it's been holding me back. I just launched my store online. hiddenhouse.studio is my website, and now I'm going to be reselling clothes, which I've been doing for years, just like wholesale and to other retailers, but now I'm going to retail it myself and starting this YouTube channel, letting go of my shiny, like star-studded past of pseudo celebrities and pseudo fame and the music industry and Hollywood. So very different than like reading cards and assisting people on YouTube. But it was a few years of a transition for me that I really decided this is who I wanted to be. And that was no longer fulfilling to me. And I know with my whole heart that that is true. But there's still like this holding this something, this energy, this like block, like something wants to keep me stuck. Or like, you know, if we're going to craft like a new reality or version, whatever our goal is, and we're gonna sculpt that, like, you need to kind of look at where you've come from and like look at those materials. So if you are like in the past right now, don't worry about it, you know. I think worrying about it will just make it worse. And that's the whole point of me even making this video, to talk about it. Is just like, everything's fine, you know, like the way that we do things is the way that we do things. I saw one of my teachers, Pamela Erlin, say just now, like, you know, if as a surgeon, like, would you not look at like the sick organ? You know, if you were going to reconstruct something, like, would you not look at the sick, damaged version? Like, of course you would. Like, you have to know what you're going in there to do. You have to know what needs to be removed. Pluto, see, my cat Pluto's been like, you know, Pluto is destruction energy. It's honestly, hold on. It's a lot. Like, it's a lot. Like, I just had my screen fixed and he busted out of it today and he fell out of my window 2 stories up. Like, it's just like, bro, you know? So anyway, the point of this video is like, make these new intentions and goals and envision who you want to be, but don't be afraid to kind of look back in some other avenue, or I mean, some other, you know, whatever, timeline or version of you or habits or ways of being that you want to move through. You know, there's nothing wrong with staying where you're at, but if you want to progress and expand, we have to break through these boundaries, essentially. And that's going to make us uncomfortable. And that's when the mental stuff starts happening, and the depression and the overthinking and like the paralysis and anxiety, which are energies that I have been experiencing basically since Christmas. So, and I think it is more than just, you know, that like in between gooch area, like in between Christmas and New Year's, where like everything does kind of fall like a little bit flat and it's a little bit of weird zone. But, you know, I think it's just like we've had 3 really kind of effed up years of turbulence and change, and there's a promise for more peace for sure in 2023. Like, this year is going to be still conflicted, but in a different way. And I think like the conflict will make things move a little bit more too, not just like getting things stirred up just to get things stirred up. You know what I mean? AI will definitely progress. Like, I do see some bad like war things possibly on the horizon between countries, but let's keep it within, you know, let's keep it, this is not about predictions for 2023. So I just really wanted to harp on, yeah, loving all of yourself right now. If anything negative is coming up, and if you have lost sight of yourself, or you need to recenter, refocus, especially the chosen ones, the strong ones, we are being tested heavily right now. Heavily, and it's very, very uncomfortable. So if you're feeling any of this like gooey, heavy stuff, let's all move through it together, because we are stronger that way. And, you know, I don't know, I think just like not judging ourselves, but also like not letting ourselves just slide all the time and stay in our comfort zone, and balancing out that sort of dance. So yeah, if you're feeling like something that's not 100% like, woohoo, new year, like, this message is for you. And there's probably something really worthwhile in that self-reflection that's causing any of these doubts to come up. It definitely means that you want something for yourself, and that you are motivated and you have these aspirations. So let's hold all of it, all of us that comes up. And if there's tears, if you have a snotty nose, whatever is purging in you, whatever wants to come out, just let it. Stop judging it. I know that I was just sick. I rarely get sick, and I was like, ugh. I knew I was stressed out and like overrun, and then it sent me into this kind of like spiral of depression. And, you know, because it sucks to feel sick, especially when I was launching my business and blah, blah, blah. And what I told myself is like, this is a test of my faith. Like, you know, because it is like, I hate I hate being sick, and like all those would have been signs that like this isn't good and I shouldn't do my business right now, and this new relationship I'm in is maybe not the best, and all of this stuff. Like for me right now, you know, just all the doubts or whatever. So this is the time to let that come up, right? Let's end it. Let's let it all come up. Like, wow, there's a freaking bird feather just like seriously just floating like randomly in the window right there. And yesterday I found a crystal in the ground after having like a really rough, you know, first bump in the road in my new relationship. So, and that was like reassuring. I was like, okay. And like we worked through everything and things do work out, but bumps in the road do come. So if you're experiencing that, it's okay. Like I said, I'm feeling these energies. Like I'm feeling stuff coming in. Like last night I felt a big surge. I couldn't even like stop moving in my bed, and a lot of tears coming out today. I think some of it's hormonal, but I think some of it's also purification. And if you're a chosen one, we are constantly being purified and emptied out. And I've been giving into temptation like crazy, and I just want to like pull myself back, you know? I'm not going to judge myself for like dancing with the devil, but it's just like at some point I'm going to fucking yank my fucking ponytail back and be like, you know what, chick? Like, nah, we're good now. Like, you need to reel it in, and you need to start putting your energy into other areas rather than just like escaping and like putting a layer between you and the world. Like, it's time to get out there. And if we don't do this, if we don't master our mind, okay, it's okay to let our mind get the best of us once in a while. Okay, we're not Buddhist monks, right? But at some point, if you don't want that to run you and run your life, we need to get on top of it. And we have to be like, all right, who am I? Like, what did I come here to do? Like, what am I made of? Why, like, if you're in compare and despair and you're feeling low all of a sudden, like, that's what I just had to do, because that's not how I was feeling a couple weeks ago. So it's just like, who's messing with me right now, you know? And a lot of that too is like the pressure of like what we need to accomplish and this whole new year thing. So yeah, just sending love to everyone, and I hope that our intentions and resolutions are based around the heart. Honestly, this year I really want that for humanity. I want people to feel deeper and to like have their hearts open more, because this is such a heartless world in many ways. And like some of it is because of the atrocities that like the sensitive people, we just have to like turn our, you know, radar off, because it's just so much to stomach. But I think if we all just as like a humanitarian sort of collective, we decided to just all feel it all and see where that led us, might be interesting. And yeah, sending you guys lots of love and power. This is just a reminder that you can always reclaim your power. I have been, you know, feeling powerless, and I'm right here with you guys. I'm not trying to like ever talk down, but I do want to share what I know. But at times I'm knocked down and I'm experiencing exactly what anyone else is experiencing, so that I know the energies we're working with, and then I can be informed of like, oh, okay, like that just happened to me, like now I can teach about that, because I don't really want to teach about things from books. Like, I'm not really that kind of teacher. I really like to teach from experience and talk about things that are really happening to me in the moment, because it's the best to have like that context to it and to like fully understand it in that capacity. Like, there's no way to better understand something than experiencing it firsthand. So go get it. I hope you guys have a freaking amazing day, and I don't know, that's just like what I had to do today in my car to like get my shit like back in action and back into service and faith and believing that I am got it going on in a heavenly, holy way. Love you.